Today is Saturday, May 9th, 2015, and I'm currently 6.5 weeks post-op from having gastric sleeve surgery. I had my surgery on March 25th, 2015. Well, I don't have a weight update for you guys today because I haven't been home. A few days ago, I packed up and packed all my vitamins and all my food and everything that I needed and came to visit my family in Kentucky. So this has been the first time I've been away from my scale. I've been away from my gym. I've been away from the comforts of my home and what I've known since I had my surgery. So it was definitely a test this week for me, but I've been doing really well. I've stayed on track with my food. I've been to the gym twice, and I got some cardio in yesterday. I did about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour of push mowing grass. Not my favorite. So I am here visiting my family. I'm heading home today, but since tomorrow is Mother's Day, I wanted to bring my mom in and let her talk a little bit about, you know, just some different things about growing up with me and about being a strong support system for me. So I've got her in the video. You guys probably remember her from one of the very first videos that I posted. She came to Indiana when I had my surgery. So I'm gonna let her do a little bit of talking. I told her about, what, an hour ago? I was like, hey Mom, we're gonna do a video together. So she's had no time to prep, no time to think about anything. And she said, I'm gonna try not to cry. But, so yes, I got my mom here, and it's been good to spend some time with her this week. I spent a lot of time with my dad. He's recovering from having hip surgery. We're actually outside. It's a beautiful day here in Kentucky, so you might hear some background noises and such going on. So yeah, so happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Thank you.
I have the best mom. I'm sure everyone thinks that they have the best, but I really do have the best mom. You know, as a child, I've talked about before, I was overweight and I was heavy, and it was just something that I lived with. I tried different diets, different methods. I stayed active as a child. I did baton and gymnastics and karate and dance and all of those things, but throughout it all, my mom was there to support me.
And cheerleading.
And cheerleading, yes. I was a cheerleader, that's
and
right.
flag corps.
And flag. See, I did everything as a child. Trying to, you know, stay active. But, you know, throughout it all, my mom was always there, and she was always my #1 cheerleader. She was my support system. If I said, hey Mom, I think I want to try Weight Watchers. Okay, let's do it. Hey Mom, I think I want to join the Y. All right, let's go. Let's join. So she's always been a huge cheerleader and a huge support system for me. No matter what decisions, no matter, you know, what I wanted to do, she was always there for me. So I'm going to let my mom talk a little bit about growing up, you know, me growing up as a child and kind of the struggles that I've had. So Mom, it's okay to cry.
Oh, okay. Well, as a child, you were active. You know, I tried to keep you active and supportive. But I never seen weight. I seen you. I seen the red hair, the blue eyes, the personality. I mean, you always had friends, and you was always busy, and you always had self-esteem, and I guess I never thought you really struggled because you was a happy child, and I guess until you got to an adult, I talk about, you know, you was struggling, and I did. I tried to help you in any way that I could, and sometimes I blamed myself, and you would always remind me, Mom, you know, it wasn't you, you know, it was me. But as a mother, you know, you take on that responsibility of your children. And so it's been struggling.
And I never, ever blame my mom for this. She never put the food in my mouth. You know, she never made me sit inside and watch TV, or never made me go out to eat all the time with my friends. And I don't blame my parents at all for my weight. The only person I have to blame is myself. You know, I'm the one who made those poor decisions. And while she tried to instill making good decisions in me, you know, I'm the one who ultimately finally made that decision. So it had nothing to do with my parents, or my mom. Yes, she cooked, but I don't blame her. You know, I don't blame anyone else but myself. And, you know, as I didn't really notice that I was fat or overweight until probably high school. High school is when it was really tough.
In college, it was
college.
tough. College was tough.
Yeah. I got made fun of a lot. I hid a lot of it from my family and from my friends because it was embarrassing. I didn't want to come home and tell my mom that some guy at school called me fat and ugly. You know, that's embarrassing. I don't want. You know, I tried to shield them from that and, you know, stuff my feelings down inside and not tell anybody about it. But that's definitely the wrong coping method. That is the wrong way to approach it. And it wasn't until I was an adult and started going through this process of having weight loss surgery that I realized that it's not okay to hide your feelings, and it's not okay to not talk about them, because talking about them helps. It helps tremendously. So I mean, that's definitely one of the reasons that, you know, that I wanted to have surgery. Speaking on Mother's Day, another reason that I want to have surgery is because, you know, I'm young. I'm 32 years old, and I really want to have kids. You know, I can't wait until, you know, in a few years I have a child on Mother's Day. And when that happens, I hope and I pray that I'm just half the mom that my mom was to me.
And that's why when you told me that you wanted to have the surgery, and you told me that, you know, they say it in 2 years you could get pregnant if you wanted to, and that was one of the things that made me okay with you having surgery, because I knew and I know that you want that really, really bad, is to be a mother.
I said I want 5 kids. You okay with that?
Well, I don't know about that. We'll discuss that later.
So when I told you I was going to have the surgery, what was your immediate reaction, your immediate concern? Like, what worried you the most about me having the surgery?
Well, my concern, of course, was surgery. I mean, surgery. You've never had surgery. I've never had surgery. And so that was a concern of mine. Yes, the surgery part. But I know you, and I know that you did your research. And I know that this was not a decision that you made overnight, because that's the way you do. But once you get your mindset on something, you always work hard at it. You always meet your goals, and you've always done that. That's why you don't live at home. You own your own home. You work hard, and it's because when you set your mind to things like that, I know you can do it.
Absolutely. And this was probably, you guys, my mom and I are really close. And I talk to my mom about everything. I don't make a decision until I talk to my mom about it. And the surgery was the first decision that I made without really consulting my mom and saying, Mom, what do you think? Do you think I should have it? Do you think I shouldn't? When I talked to her about it, I already had my mind made up. But I just wanted to hear what her thoughts were whenever I told her I was going to have it. So it was hard. It was hard for me to make that decision on my own without talking to my mama, because that's what I do. But I did it. And, you know, I'll say this every video. I don't regret having the surgery one bit. Not only has my mom been supportive of me as a child in my teenage years, but she's been very supportive of me throughout the surgery. She came up, like I said, to Indianapolis when I had my surgery. She was there with me for the first 5 or 6 days, taking care of me, making sure that I was going to be okay. But she's also been there through all the ups that I've had with the surgery and all of the downs that I've had with the surgery. And it's very important that you guys have a really good support system when you have the surgery. My mom lives 4.5 hours away from me. So she's very supportive of me over the phone, via text, via email. You know, this is really the first time I've got to see you since I've had my surgery. Right. So can you talk, Mom, a little bit about maybe what you've done to support me throughout the surgery, being long distance, and kind of the things that you do well and the things that you try not to do?
Well, when I talk to you, I try not to focus on numbers.
Which I'm very
because I know you're very numbers driven, and when you tell me about the scales, I try to say, don't. It's Monday. You go to the doctor Thursday. Okay, don't get on the scales anymore till you go to the doctor on Thursday. You know, wait till you go to the doctor and get on the scales. Don't look at the number. I said, look at how you feel. Look at how much you're doing now. Look at how your clothes are fitting. You know, you went shopping the other day, and wow, you know, you dropped 2 sizes in your jeans. I said, don't always look at the numbers. And when she was here, you was here and you measured yourself yesterday morning. You said, well, that's depressing. And I'm like, no, it's not depressing. Look at your clothes. Your doctor says you're doing good. Don't always just look at the numbers on the measuring tape and numbers on the scale.
And I have to listen to my mom, because she, you know, it's my mom. So yeah, she's been a really good support system and really key in me being successful throughout the surgery. This week, you know, she's like, you're coming down, what can I get? What can I stock in the refrigerator? What can I cook for dinner? So she tried to plan their meals around, you know, the meals that I could eat. And we've had lots of eggs this week, and she made some really good crock-pot chicken for me. So it's just really important that you guys have a solid support system. You know, I have a solid support system back in Indianapolis. But then I have my mom, who's my solid support system remotely. You know, she's not there every day. She doesn't physically see me and physically see the changes that I've made. You know, instead she's just hearing what I have to say and seeing what I'm texting and all that. So yeah, so it's been great to have you, you know, help me for my past 32 years of my life. It's been even more important here in the past, you know, 6 weeks. So, or even before that. So right. I appreciate you as a mom. Thanks. And as a support person. You can never have a better support person than your mom. I mean, she's my biggest fan. So I'm very, very thankful for her. I also have other people who have supported me throughout this journey, but this is all about moms. Oh. And about Mother's Day. So other people, I'll talk about y'all later. Now, I'm going to brag on my mom for a moment, because not only has my mom been a good support system for me, she's been a good role model for me. My mom was heavy. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. She was overweight, and she herself has been on a weight loss journey.
Yes, very slowly.
Very slowly.
Okay.
She's done it slowly. She's taken the weight off slowly, but it stayed off. And
but I think I've kept it off because I have done it slowly.
Yeah. So she looks awesome. Wish you guys could see a full body shot of her, from what she used to look like to what she looks like now. In fact, when I told my doctor what I wanted to look like and what my goal weight was going to be, my mom and I are built very similar, so I said I wanted to look like my mom.
Well.
So yeah, so good job, Mom. Congratulations on your weight loss, too. We're going to do this together, and we're going to, you know, be able to share clothes again and, you know, do all those great things that daughters do. So, well, that's pretty much the update that I have for you guys today. Thanks for joining me, Mom, and talking. And I know that was hard for you and yes. Emotional, but I appreciate you doing it. And happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
And I love you.
Love you, too.
All right. Thanks, guys. Everyone have a happy Mother's Day tomorrow.